their next two picks. They lock into the Lease, a champion that was banned away from them in one of the games by Snake and picked away from them in that last match, and Echo has been locked in again for Amazing J in the top lane.
And I think that this is so important on 6.15 in particular because, again, it's more about the 1v1 and the 2v2 matchups, not just in your duo bot side, but in your jungle mid and your jungle top lane. And having the Elise, a very dual skirmish-heavy jungler, and having the Echo means that they have complete control over the top side of the map.
They're taunting me, Frosker, and they're hovering over this Leesin.
You know he's going to do it.
I know he wants to.
See, this is the thing. I was like, maybe they'll go back to basics, they'll pick the Ashe, they'll continue to try to break the mid lane. No, we're just going all comfort, all skirmish champions. This is the Hail Mary from Snake. You know, all these compositions, they're not working, so we're just going to go back to basics. You're a great Leesin player, get on it.
And he locks it in. I thought that the coach talking over his shoulder means that this is a no Leesin for USFM, but we're going to see a SofM Leesin game, Frosker. I am incredibly excited. Martin is also going to be picking up Lucian heading into the bottom lane.
And of course, most junglers are Leesin specialists, but it's always a joy to watch when SofM gets his hands on this champion. It means that, again, Snake know that this is their last shot, so they're dumping the ball deep, and we're going to see who comes up with it.
Definitely going back to comfort picks here for all of their players. Martin even going back to Lucian, a champion that he has played most this year. In fact, Snake in general love picking up Lucian even in the spring split of the LPL. No exception here heading into the summer split. Alistar is their most played support. We can see how comfortable Flandre is on the gangplank there, just going back to basics like you said.
This is going to be a very bloody game, I have a feeling. I love to fight, they love to skirmish. I would love to see a Tahm Kench support. And Snake are stepping up and saying, we're going to meet you in that skirmish.
They complete their team composition with a Karma, as well as a Tahm Kench being picked up. So that should be a Kench support, and a Karma heading into the mid lane for Ime.
The Kench has been unbenched. We've seen Tahm Kench support a few times in the LPL, primarily in the hands of Savoki, the former support for Game Talent, who have now been knocked out of the playoffs, although he was replaced by City in those playoff matches. And really, it's just offering that security and protection for the Jhin and denying any sort of pick potential that Snake can set up.
Yep, with the Kench unbenched and the Frog unlocked, we'll have to see what they do with that champion in the bottom lane. Has been reappearing in the LPL, especially during the last week of regular play. And we're going to see Tank pick up his Victor, a very comfortable control mage that has been very popular throughout this entire year. And that will round out Snake's very comfortable team composition heading into the fourth match against Ime, and what is match point for Ime heading into this game.
I like the fact that Tank went back to the Victor, so there have been cost adjustments to the Hex core. It's now 1250, which means that Victor has to sit into the lane for kind of an awkward amount of waves, and it also delays his initial wave clear from level 7 to around level 8, level 9. And why this is important is because, again, this meta has shown that it's about the 1v1 in the mid lane, in the top lane, and in the jungle, particularly for these two teams. And if Athena can get the pressure and push onto Tank, keep him locked under his tower earlier, you know Amazing J is going to have the advantage in the top lane of the push. That means a Voidless is going to have the numbers advantage when he invades SofM.
Well, let's see if he can do just that, because SofM, he's no easy man to invade upon. And he is on Leesin here today for Oscar, and one of his signature champions back when he was playing in the GPL in Vietnam. Let's see how these two junglers clash as we head into the fourth match between Snake Esports and Ime. And it seems like, unfortunately, we're having a couple of technical difficulties here before we can head on to Summoner's Rift for this fourth match between Snake Esports and Ime.
It's great. In between the pauses, we're always just like, oh, how do you want to open it up? What do you want to talk about? And I'm like, just go ham fish. Like, this is the chance. I may have an opportunity that coming into the auto-promoted from the LSPL, they could make a run towards the semi-finals and their first ever LPL split. And a pause. Pump the brakes.
Oh, thank you, Froscoon, for just running me through what I was going to say as we headed on to Summoner's Rift for this fourth match.
I got you, Fish. Round for the counter gank.
And he's there, goes in, hits a minion only instead, just helps him out clear this wave. Some would call it taxing, SofM calls it helping.
Okay, hold on though. Avoidless has Fog of War advantage, although Scuttle Crab blocking. Stiff arm there. The good old crab.
They're still chasing down, going for the 2-on-2. Here they go. Tank has no summoners, can't get over this wall. Avoidless is going to target him. There goes SofM back in. Avoidless takes so much damage, has to repel away. Will go back down. Doesn't go on top of Tank. It has to flash over the wall, but Road, he's been brought up into this lane. SofM's trying to jump to the ward and flash away. Does get out of there safely, but he can't protect the victor.
Okay, Tank, overextended without your summoners is immediately punished. We said that Athena, he has the potential where he does have his Cannon Barrage back available to him, as well as a full mana bar.
Yep.
So this dive needs to be executed perfectly.
Parallel Conversions does not lock down Flandre. There's the Cannon Barrage, going to get good damage on towards Amazing J. He's taking up the turret, uses the ultimate, juggles aggro to Avoidless. He's got to take it down. Flandre looking for the double. Athena even moving up to the top lane. He goes back in, can't quite expel the keg before taking...
But best case scenario, 3 people gank you and you take 1 down. Great job, Flandre.
Well done. Does give more gold over towards Aime, but still a moral victory, you could say, for the gameplay.
Although, hold on, we've got a bit of a scuffle over this red buff.
They want to fight for it. Road finds SofM. Teleports are coming in. That should be Amazing J that's trying to join in this fight. Red buff will not get taken down. SofM's trapped. Jay-Z's going to try and keep him occupied. SofM has to kick someone back. Flashes out of the Curtical, but Tank just gets obliterated by a 5-man death ball of Aime.
And that is the primary problem with SofM. Yes, this guy is a mechanical god, and when things are going his way, he can really excel. They have trends of 6.15, at least in this series that we've seen, but bot lane.
They're trying to fight this one out. Jin Zhao tries to lock down Martin. Teleports coming into the bottom lane. Road will get taken down first. SofM gets that the first kill, I should say. Athena's teleported down here. Will lock down Jay-Z, but he's in his ultimate, taking very little damage. Ghost being used by Tank. He's wrapping around the back, looking to see if he can pincer in towards Jin Zhao and Athena. SofM's going in, gets locked down. Deadly Flourish does not connect. Chaos Storm does a lot of damage. Jay-Z, you've got no ultimate, buddy. You're going down. SofM's into the fight. Turret takes down Martin. SofM does not take aggro, but the crit shot comes out, and the double kill will come out for Jin Zhao. It's a 2-for-3 trade that goes in favor of...
Reset, reevaluate. Aime in very good posture bot lane. In fact, they're now going to use their bottom lane strength in the top side of the map. Flandre doesn't have flash. He's in a lot of trouble.
Road. There was a flash forward from Amazing J, as well as the exhaust coming out from Road. Acquired Taze comes out, so as the parallel converges, will be able to eat up the gangplank. Jay-Z comes in, looking to try and stop this one. SofM and Tank have rotated into the top lane, but they can't quite help out their pirates.
Dandy, Clear Love, Deft, Mata.
But they're now going to try and collapse on towards Road. The Culling dealing a lot of damage. He's trying to run away.
Oh,
Kick forward from SofM. Locks him down. Jin Zhao was the next target, but Curtical comes out. Teleports are coming in for both teams. Major J looks to cut them off. Parallel Convergence does not lock anyone down, but gives him a nice big shield. Flandre setting up as many barrels as he can. Athena now getting jumped on. Tank obliterates him with the Chaos Storm. Amazing J is that next target. Kegs are being put down. Avoidless around the back gets jumped on by SofM. No kick available for Leesin. Repel will get Avoidless to safety. Jay-Z goes in, gets the pulverized combo, tanks up the turret. Tank gets a kill. Amazing J is going to be next to go down if he's not careful. SofM will fall. Good Deadly Flourish. Snipes someone off. Jin Zhao gets that pick. They're still fighting under this turret again. Frosker and Snake, they haven't learned their lesson, it seems.
MVP of this game so far is the bottom outer tower.
But Snake, they've been trying whatever they can to get into this game, but it's just not quite working out. Aime are 2 steps ahead of them every single play they throw at the young LSPL, previously LSPL team. Now they go Jay-Z and SofM waiting in the wings, trying to see if they can make a play into mid lane. Avoidless has to be careful, does put a ward down nice and early to spot out the jungler and support combo of Snake Esports. SofM really wants to clear this ward, but he's not a ranged
Amazing J.
They're looking for it. Road gets locked down. There's the Culling trying to pop this Toad. Will take a lot of damage. SofM flashes behind him. Tank, meanwhile, though, getting taken out incredibly low. SofM's on top of him. Great play from the Leesin. Gets the shutdown onto Amazing J. Jay-Z has to flash away. Is in his ultimate. Gets healed up. He's left with a sliver of health. Everyone moves forward to tank this one up. But Runic Echoes gets a kill onto SofM. Flandre looking for Avoidless, and Athena has to eat an orange. He's caved for now, but will keep running back to the safety of his turret. And still very scrappy fights between Snake and Aime. Times Just seems like Snake don't have a way to deal with it. For now, though, they're looking to try and lock down a Voiless. He will have the repel available. Does use the locker to keep himself alive, but Jin Jiao across the screen just gets deleted by Leesin.
That's very important because that's a lot of gold for Aime's composition. 4, 2, and 3 on that Jin. Without him, it's very hard to fight, but they're going to try anyway.
There goes Amazing J, jumping straight in on top of Tank. Gets some good damage down onto the Victor. Immediately uses his ultimate to get away from the play.
And try to wind that one up, thinking it's going to be a hype moment. Amazing J's like, maybe not.
But still, Snake just holding on and enjoying the ride, so to speak. It's tough for them. 2,500 gold behind us. Here's a replay.
Even though we find the pick here and it looks good for Snake, again, Aime are still in control. It's SofM using his incredible mechanics, brute forcing that play. But again, look at the map. All of the waves are pushing forward. Snake can't do anything off of the pick. They have to immediately reset and clear out their side waves.
They certainly do. Meanwhile, Martin getting soloed out by Road here. Has to be careful. The time Kench is acquiring a taste that he can't resist. Still chasing down the Lucian. Pops the grey health. In fact, he's got to be careful here. Martin just runs him around the map and picks up a kill. Meanwhile, Snake now collapsing on towards the weakened Aime. This could be good for Snake if they keep on chasing here. Flash is being burnt, but Jin Jiao just nails SofM with the Cursor Call and returns a kill. Jungler traded for support.
What?
They still held on, though, which is the main thing.
The wheel almost popped off.
That's okay. It's still on. You know, it's still surviving.
Put some duct tape on it.
Take it to the mechanic later. Worry about that after you're done with your ride.
Deep teleport.
They're looking for a fight here. There's Amazing J. Teleport's coming in as well from Flandre, trying to set up this fight. They've caught out Jay-Z and Tank. Tank forced to use the Ghost early to run away. They turn around onto Amazing J, trying to start this fight off. Flandre just there for defense. Puts down the cannon barrage in a good position to separate Aime to start things off. Flandre incredibly low. Jumped on by Amazing J. Good ultimate used by the Echo, but now he's locked down. Jay-Z will get that first kill. SofM wants to get into the back line. Gets the Sonic Wave, does not decide to take the Resonating Strike to follow up into the team.
That was an incredible ultimate from Flandre, zoning out all of Aime, allowing them to take that fight. Here comes the curtain call.
Gets one onto Flandre, has to be blocked by Jay-Z, forces the Alistar to use his ultimate. He will get locked down incredibly low.
Oh no.
Has to be careful. SofM tanks up the Daily Flourish, but now he's the one that's the target. Has to avoid all these traps as well. Flash forward, Athena throws the Q down, takes down the Alistar. It's a 2-for-1, a 1-for-1 trade again, and going in favor of neither team.
But again, because Aime have control over these waves, Snake just have to run with their tail between their legs, reset their map, and Aime are able to trade 1-for-1 on a pick and pick up an objective on walking to his team.
Yep.
I know you tensed up. You're like, oh god.
It's like, Snake don't have a time catch. Why is he there? He finds SofM though, acquires a little bit of a taste, but they just poke him away from the Baron Pit. And that's how Aime won game number 2. You have to remember they chunked out SofM and did exactly this.
Okay, Flandre is on his way. He still has the cannon barrage, so they can be patient here, wait it out, let them chip more damage. Aime, you know, last time they almost lost a team fight, it was because Flandre got an excellent gangplank ult that split the team apart, so I like the fact that they're respecting Snake. They're not just going to try to brute force this.
But you got to be careful. SofM is still very low. Snake trying their best to make sure that they can get him back to base. They know what happened last time round. They tried to stop a Baron when SofM's incredibly low. Aime just turned around and fought them. They don't have any vision on towards this pit, and SofM's gone. He's in the base. There goes the vision ward. They know it's time to start it. They started this one off. No smite coming out from Snake.
They're burning it incredibly quickly. Okay, they have to fight. There's no smite steal. Snake have to fight.
Aime, though, looked not to fight at all. There goes a Voiless, throws out the cocoon, does not land. Road takes up the damage.
Not fight at all. That guy is ham.
Road?
Road wants it.
He does, but he's not going for it anytime soon. Instead, mid lane turret will fall, going in favor of Snake. Curtical comes out, lands shots onto Jay-Z. Tank taking a lot of damage as well. Repel comes out from a Voiless. There's Road. He's now on top of an Alistar, trying to bite off a bit more than he can chew, but takes him down. Jay-Z is dead. A single pick for Aime to start things off.
Disaster is that Snake need to reset a lot of their health bars as well as have a 4v5, although this time around, SofM is in the area. He can look for the steal. Snake overall, though, got 2 towers for 1 pick.
And he's full health as well, so let's see what he can do. Now Amazing J in a bit of trouble. Forced to use ultimate early. Does dash over the wall. Baron now half health. No support for Snake. They're trying to run into the pit. Getting poked out as they try to collapse. Flandre is here. Athena going to take a bit of damage. There goes Amazing J. They're peeling off. Road still taking the Baron, but does get away away from the pit. He's incredibly low. They want the fight. Tank has to flash away. Laser's doing a bit of damage. SofM jumps over to save his teammate. Lands the Sonic Wave, but is holding on to his resonating strike, making sure he doesn't overcommit.
Total success for Snake right there. Again, in the full Baron play over the last 2 minutes when I may have been pressuring this, Snake have gotten the mid tower as well as the bottom tower. And they only, if someone has to reset it, which means that I may continue to get the space to push down and siege these objectives.
And it's time for Aimee to boogie because it's Earth, Wind, and Fire as the Mountain Dragon is the 4th dragon to spawn in this game. They pick it up, and we'll get 4 dragons heading into 32 minutes into this match. Next dragon to spawn will be the Elder Drake, and a big objective for Aimee to push for if they get the chance to. Now they're looking towards the mid lane, though. They're trying to take the mid lane inhibitor turret.
Really, it just opens up that repertoire of available win conditions for them. So massive, and now possibly catching SofM.
Good damage onto SofM.
Good sidestep.
Dustblade does a lot of damage there. He has to try and back away again. It's left up to Jay-Z to try and tank up the bullets. Cannon Barrage only used the top Jinjiao's ulti.
That's Baron. SofM has to go back and heal. He won't get here in time, especially because it was a Mountain Drake that was just taken. Oh, he stopped his back.
Yep,
this is desperation.
He's coming back in. He's at less than a third health. Frosker and Baron is incredibly low. Snake, they are committing. It's do or die. Big Chaos Storm, big barrel play. SofM's being exhausted before he goes in. Amazing J's over the wall. So is Road. It's just a support. Martin's already taken down Amazing J. The rest of Aimee got to peel off. It's a misplay coming out from them so far. SofM, he's been really cautious throughout this fight and drew so much attention to him across the wall.
In the playoff matches.
Well, let's see if that's going to happen, because Aimee, they're relentless in trying to take down this Baron. They really want vision control. They want Snake to come to them on their own terms. Every single time they've looked towards this Baron, they don't die, they don't lose it, but they lose a member.
Just set up a pick, open up the Jhin ultimate, play with Fog of War, try to catch a straggler.
They are trying, I can tell you the least.
I just feel like it's the wrong call to just immediately jump on the Baron and try your best in a 5v5 scenario.
They've caught SofM again. They get some good damage down. He's a little bit tanky this time round, though, with only the Warriors Enchantment being his sole offensive item to go with the Tiamat he picked up previously. Spectre's Skull gives him a bit of magic resistance to go with the Mercury Threads he picked up as well, looking for the Spirit Visage. Now, Aimee, they've started up Baron again. Oh no, just gets tagged by Leesin, but they do take it, looking to try and take it down.
There's one blue trinket. They still have another one in the repertoire. Here comes the TP from Amazing J. Again, he's been on zone control duty.
Let's see if he gets into this fight. He's on top of Martin, deals some good damage. Cannon Barrage just stops him from doing the Baron, so no zoning tool available for Snake. Jay-Z forced to use the ultimate early. Martin gets nailed by a crit shot. He has to run out of this fight immediately and stop this from Snake. Jay-Z's the next target. He's going to go down. Aimee pull the trigger successfully. 3rd time's the charm, Frosker.
But that's what they need. They have such long-range control and poke potential that there's no reason that Snake should be able to group on them and find a successful 5v5. Don't be so stingy with the Jhin ultimate. Just throw it out.
They're going to go and start this one off. Amazing J went back to base. Have to see if he uses his ultimate to go back into this Baron fight. He does do just that, so he's rather healthy going back into this one. It's now jumping on top of multiple members of Snake. Flandre getting locked down. Athena gets kicked back into the team. SofM jumps straight back on top of him. Not enough damage. Flandre has to run for the
still
hills.
Alive.
It's an orange. He is okay. Martin, though, Dustblade of Drakthar will pop him and pick up a kill. SofM now the next target. Dodges out, puts on his blue slate shoes, will dodge the cocoon and live to tell the tale. But this is so scrappy from these two teams. To try and secure their semi-final spot with a win in this match. Snake, they've now pulled the trigger onto the top lane outer turret. They take it down, but Aimee want to fight. Tank's up here as well. He's ghosting up into the lane. They've got a teleport coming in for Flandre as well. Looking to try and cut them off through the lane alone. Cannon Barrage is available. He decides to pull the trigger, but Snake just diffused the fight and back towards the Baron.
Aimee now have an opportunity where their teleport will be back up far sooner.
Flank coming out from a Voilet as well as Road. They're on top of SofM. He uses the kick nice and early, jumps away from the tether. Tank takes a bit of damage. Cook comes out. Once again, it's Jay-Z left for defense duty. Martin into the back lines trying to deal with Jay-Z. Big Pulverize comes out from the other side just to stop the fight. This time around, though, Snake do get an outer turret.
Someone do something.
They did. Everyone did things for Oscarin. It just doesn't result in anything. And I think this is the 6th time we've seen them try to start this Baron. Let's see if it's the time they finally get it. Snake are collapsing, trying to defend again. Peel away. There goes Jay-Z. Amazing J taking a lot of damage. The Alistar has to flash out of the fight. Chaos Storm locking down a Voidless. He gets eaten up by Road. Road is dead as Martin takes him down. Snake get another pick.
But he sacrifices to save his jungler, and that's important because Baron is still in play. So good play from Road.
Certainly is, but Snake fairly healthy, now trying to clear out as many wards as they can around the Baron pit. They go back to base, Froscarin.
Okay, let's reset here. You will get what you want.
Oh no, now it's Snake. They're the ones that start off this Baron. They're looking to try and take this one down. It's already a half hour. Now Diamond are going to try and defend this one. Snake, they're going to peel off again. This Baron, he's an angry man, Froscarin. People are just disturbing him all day long. They're trying to collapse on towards a Boilers. Cannon Barrage just to lock down the Spider. The back half of Snake's team, though, they're taking a lot of damage from Road and Amazing J. Jin Jiao tries to open up with the Curtical, still chasing on forward. Jin Jiao will take down Jay-Z to start things off. Snake lose their support. Paralock Convergence comes down. He flashes into it. Flandre does get locked down for a brief second before he eats an orange, and he's okay. Imei trying to pincer on towards Snake, but they've got very low members on their team. They just lose their support, and they back away again. I think I've seen this team fight before, Froscarin.
I think if you check damage dealt to champions, Baron is maxed out. This guy is the MVP of the game.
All right, we've got bottom turret MVP. Now it's Baron. What's going on, Froscarin? What are these two teams doing?
Just trying to kill each other as we now have the 8th Baron attempt.
Oh, Flandre gets a snipe with the K. Stops
that was short-lived.
Boilers now has to try and run. Good Baron. Good K comes out. SofM's in. He gets the jungler. Jin Jiao now has to flash over the wall. Duskblade does a bit of damage on over towards Athena as well. SofM's trying to hunt him out. But in the back lines, Amazing J trying to take down Flandre. He's on top of Martin next. Has the Frozen Fist to slow down both these members. Athena with the big double kill coming out from the empowered Q as well. SofM, he's in the back lines. He's wandered off. He's going back to base. Jay-Z now has to try and save a manaless tank. Pops his ultimate again. Deja vu for the support from Snake. Tank will eventually get it taken down. Athena is unstoppable. And Jay-Z tries to run away, but Jin Jiao picks him off.
But what do they do from here? It looks like the pings are going. They're going to get the top inner turret. Possibly rotate back onto the Baron as soon as the Voidless is alive.
And this is a big back and forth game. I think for the past 20 minutes, we've seen these two dance around the Baron time and time again. It's 70,000 gold to both these two teams. Imei pushing for the top lane inner turret. SofM going deep. He wants to go 1-on-3 here, but I think that was a huge mistake. He still tries to take him down, flashes away. Crit shot comes out from Jin, and they take down Snake's jungler.
And that is surely going to be the Baron. With the jungler dead, a Voidless back up. Imei can just look to collapse on this, and now it becomes Snake. Can they stop this in time? Their only option is to force them off of it or fight. There's no smite steal.
Well, here comes Road. Uses the ultimate to get towards the Baron. I think this is the 10th time the big purple worm has been disturbed in his home. He's angry, Froscarin, but finally Imei will let him rest as they take him down. Cannon Barrage comes out, hoping for the
only chance of a smite contest.
We gave him a lot of compliments, Froscarin, but his coach was right. Sometimes he just really plays without a team mentality, and that was one of those situations. Really wanted to go for the hero play. Doesn't work out. I may get the Baron buff, and then now we're going to take Elder Dragon as well, with 4 Elemental Dragons previously picked up.
I feel like that was a 10-minute team fight.
Yes.
We made it, though. We got the Elder Drake. That is the Pokemon badge collection, if you will, for Imei.
They've got everything. Now they're moving on towards the Elite Four, and it's a very weak on the Elite Four of Snake Esports, who only have a couple of outer turrets, or inner turrets, I should say, and their base left. 2 minutes more Baron, and about a minute of Elder Dragon for Snake to deal with. It's going to be so difficult. You can already see how fast these turrets just get melted, especially with all the damage Jin can do late game to these turrets. The mini crits will obliterate them. Mid lane has been broken.
It's now, can Snake survive this Baron and the Elder Drake? Obviously, for the 90 seconds, they're not going to approach for a team fight, but what will Imei get in that duration?
So far, it's a 4,000 gold lead. SofM there on your screen. He's made a couple of big mistakes throughout this best of 5 series that have costed his team crucial plays.
You know, Snake are such a hit-and-miss team. They have an incredible ceiling, but they also have a really deep gutter.
So it's Imei, though, looking very strong. in the latter half of this best of 5 series. They're pushing for the base, Frosco.
And that's something that's very interesting is IMA collectively are actually much more consistent than Snake.
Well, they're going for the dive. Amazing J's deep into the back lines. Gets a lot of damage on towards Martin. Uses the ultimate to get out of the turret range. Now that turret's going to fall down. IMA break the base again. Moving on towards the next inhibitor turret. SofM, what are you doing back there, buddy? There's a lot of IMA members looking to fight you. Amazing J will fall down. Guardian Angel does get popped. The inhibitor still being worked on by the Jhin. Athena takes that one down. SofM looking to try and collapse into the back lines. Gets the Sonic Wave onto a Voiless. Decides not to follow up with the Resonating Strike. But IMA, they got what they came for. They've taken 2 inhibitors down. And they're looking to reset, get their items, and try and finish this game.
Yep, suddenly for incredible flashy maneuvers. But it's very hit and miss. Will they land the skill shots? Will they be able to execute on their incredible mechanical ceiling? Whereas IMA, they have a true identity. Yeah, it's only 1 speed.
But Snake is setting up a depth rush. No, you don't do that, SofM. Don't show yourself.
He's trying to convince him that it was just Leesin standing in the bush, which is why he ran away, so he would walk in and place a ward or think that it was safe, because why would Leesin run if he doesn't have someone behind him? So, still a good play. Was a bait.
Mind games don't work coming out from IMA, and now they're going from Snake to Snake. Now IMA pushing for the top lane inhibitor. They do have minions slowly crashing in towards Snake's base. That turret already down to 50% of its health. It's Snake's playoff dreams that are left on the line here. IMA are at match point. And with a win here, they will be able to go into the top 4 of the LPL on their first split coming from the LSPL.
We already
looking to try and finish strong.
Win or lose here, IMA should congratulate themselves.
But they're looking to go for that win, Frosco, and the final inhibitor turret will fall. This is the Hail Mary from Snake. SofM's in, kicks Athena back into the team, but gets eaten up by Road to keep him safe. Big Cannon Barrage comes out. Amazing J forced to use the ultimate to try and get back into the fight. There goes Jay-Z. A flash away from GGL keeps him safe. He'll be the first casualty of this team fight. Good damage comes down from Snake, though, as they still look to push aggressively forward. But 4 members of IMA Strong are pushing into the base still of Snake Esports. They're left to defend their Nexus turrets and the top lane inhibitor.
Yep, and with the 6th man flooding in, they're going to continue to chip away at this. Here comes Amazing J.
Finally, Road does fall. Athena teleports in, and there is Amazing J's teleport on top of the gravity field. Athena, don't walk into that one. It stuns you up, buddy. But he eventually learns that one, and now Snake, all their inhibitors are gone. They have 80,000 gold. They're at max items. They can go toe-to-toe against IMA, but it's late game, Frosco, and IMA, they know how to team.
Far of a disadvantage can win you the game.
6 items for everyone on Snake and IMA except for the supports. Jay-Z, of course, a little bit more behind than Road, but it's still 6 items on everyone. Crucial. Speaking of Jay-Z, he's been caught out. Cannon Barrage used defensively does absolutely nothing. Jay-Z will be the first casualty of this team fight if they go for him. Martin, though, takes so many shots to the face, forced to flash away. Flandre has to do the exact same thing, but support is dead. From the side of Snake, Voiless is going to tank the entire Chaos Storm, but lives to tell the tale and still has a Guardian Angel available.
And that was Snake's one opportunity in play, their tiny window where they could leave their base. They do have an inhibitor back up in the mid lane, but they now need to quickly go back and tend to their super wave super waves, which means that IMA will get the free Baron.
And they move straight towards it. No contest coming out from Snake, not even a Cannon Barrage available to try and steal it this time round. Full items for everybody on the side of IMA, 92,000 gold. Inhibitors are slowly coming back up for Snake. But with Baron buff, it's going to be really difficult for Snake now.
To come so far, Fish. This club, I mean, Snake have gone through a barrage of roster swaps, particularly through their mid lane. They went through Baka, they went through Yu, they now have Tank. He is the jewel of their composition right now. The organization really loves the mid laner. They speak very highly of him. They picked up this all-star, very young jungler of SofM. And they thought that they had found all of the adjustments and the formula to finally break this 4th curse.
Well, Snake are putting up their final stand here. Tank does get locked down. He's at half health. There's the curtain call from downtown. Martin taking so much damage up, trying to lifesteal wherever he can. Inhibitor does fall. Amazing J goes back to base. Does have his ultimate to rejoin the fight. Uses it immediately with the Home Guard's boots. Moving on towards the next inhibitor. Bottom lane inhibitor's fallen. Mid lane is down. Top lane is still down from that last push of IMA. And they're walking Baron buffed minions in towards the Nexus of Snake.
Snake have to act right now. There's only so much longer that they have before they've got 3 waves pushing on them.
Teams have come back from these situations before. 2 Nexus turrets are all that are left for Snake and keeping their playoff dreams alive and trying to advance into the semi-finals. They're putting up a defense here. Let's see if it's going to be enough. SofM and Jay-Z are on top of a Voiless. Curtain Call again, looking for Martin. He's healing up in the fountain. Tank incredibly low. Flandre is the sacrificial land to tank up that final crit shot. Deadly Flourish does not find the victor. First Nexus turret will fall down first. Amazing Jai is going to dive into the back lines. SofM's the target. There's so many super minions for Oscar. they're brute forcing their way in. Snake have to go now. It's too little too late if they're going to try and defend later because they're on top of Amazing J. First target going to get kicked away. SofM's demons in the back lines. Big shields come out from Athena. The jungler is dead. Snake are trying to do what they can. Jin's got a triple kill as he chases for the Penta after taking down 4. Tank's the only man left. Jin Jiao's still alive. Going for the Penta. Doesn't get it, but it doesn't matter because Aimee, in their first split in the LPL, managed to qualify for the top 4 spot.
Auto-promoted from the LSPL, take 3rd in the rigorous Group B, come into their first LPL playoffs, and have now advanced to the semi-finals. They'll be looking across from RNG, and they're looking to face their sister team in the finals of EDG.
They certainly are. There's been a lot of criticism about Aimee throughout